What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode we are returning to the Grips conflict as we continue our coverage of Zeta Define. Last time we saw the Zeroshiki in action, and the Radish met up with the Argama. Also, Camille escorted Rekawa to Earth. This time, Rekawa will make it to Earth and sneak onto Jaburo. Also, Sumeri and Quattro will head to Ambrosia and find themselves some more pilots. So let's get into this. 80,000 kilometers from Earth and what used to be Loom, the Titan's cruiser, the Luxor, is meeting with the Confiance, an Anaheim Electronics transport ship. The Titans are getting their hands on the new Marseilles. Yazan Gable heads out in the test Marseille. It flies well, but they need to test the weapons. Meanwhile, Quattro and Sumeri head to Ambrosia. If you remember from Char's deleted affair, Ambrosia operates in a zebra zone beyond the far side of the moon. He meets with Ambrosia leader Everhart. The Titans has caused tighter restrictions on Ambrosia as Char struggled to pass customs. Eberhard sees him, but Quattro prevents him from yelling Commander Char out loud. He explains to Eberhard about joining EFF. The AEUG is starting to get some leverage, but they still don't have enough qualified pilots. He needs Ambrosia's help with manpower. This has always been an issue between Eberhard and Quattro post-1-year war. On top of that, getting Zeon to help with the AEUG's cause is a tricky situation. Without knowing the full outcome, will they simply be fighting only to help the Federation in the long run? Ironically, Char's motivations to start newborn Neo-Zeon was because Bright and Amado went back to EFF's arms post-first Neo-Zeon war. This is explored more in Under the Gundam Double Fake. I need to cover that soon. Eberhard shows a video sent to Ambrosia of Haman demanding that Char checks in. She sent one every month. Then they only heard from them every 3 months. Then Ambrosia received a new message from Haman stating that Axis is making their way towards the Earth sphere, during which they won't be able to receive communication. Once they make it to the Earth sphere, Char must hand himself over to Axis immediately. This is bad. Just as the AEUG was making progress, Haman is going to throw a wrench in their plan. It is a volatile situation, and they are unsure who she will ultimately side with. Even if they side with the AEUG, what will happen after they defeat the Titans? Will Haman simply attempt to take over the Earth sphere? Quattro and Sumeri are heading out tomorrow, so Ebenhard says, "1 second, I think I might have something." However, Quattro is starting to lose faith in finding pilots. Rekawa and Camille are heading to Earth in an escort ship when they see an explosion in the distance. Camille will be on standby in a Nemo just in case. Yazan is testing the Marseille beam rifle when he notices the transport ship in the distance. His communication is a bit spotty, but he goes to investigate. Yazan approaches the ship and notices one cargo crate. Rekawa tells them that they are transporting outer colony wall panels to Site 6. He demands that they open their cargo in the vacuum of space. If they are telling the truth, the Titans will compensate them for their inconvenience. They open the crate and Camille instantly shoots at the Marseille. The Nemo busts out of the crate. Check out our original coverage of Zeta Gundam for full details on the Nemo, but I do want to make one note. We talk about the Gym 1 and the Gym 3 a lot, but the Gym 2 gets left out of the equation. That is because many of the best parts of the Gym 2 became the Nemo. For all intents and purposes, the Nemo is the GM2, even though there is a Gym 2. Camille uses his Vulcans and blinds the Marseille. He then takes off the left arm with his beam saber. Yazan makes his retreat. Camille returns to the transport ship, and Rekawa launches in her shuttle towards Jaburo. Before Quattro and Sumeri leave, Ebenhart links him up with former Royal Guard member Camilla. You may not remember her, but she was a part of the Royal Guard who was under direct command of Lieutenant Colonel Irene. After Haman assumed the parental role for Minerva, the Royal Guard was no longer needed. They all left Axis with Char to find a new life. Camilla tells Char that Commander Irene passed away last year. With her is her former wingmen, Veronique and Mitsue. It seems they were able to come back with a few pilots after all. They head out and return to Livian Rose. Meanwhile at Grips, aka Green Node 2, Basque is monitoring the small ship that landed somewhere around the Amazon River. It was too small to get the exact location. Chesway Perelman of the Lunar Fleet reports that an observation satellite was destroyed. Bass doesn't seem to care, but suddenly more satellites go down. He realizes that the AEUG is making their move. Yazan contacts Basque and also gives him bad news of the situation regarding the transport vessel. He wonders if the Marseille isn't up to speed. It certainly is superior to the Hyzak, but they need some work and could use a handheld shield, which hasn't been added yet to this unit. They put in an order for more Marseilles. Major Shelley paints her unit Titans black, but Yazan wants to keep his Anaheim Electronics red. Camille reports back to Bright and tells him about the situation. He feels that the Titans weren't prepared. and believes that in a different situation, he would have been defeated. As Camille leaves, Emma enters. She tells Bright that she will accept command of the mobile suit team for the Radish. Last episode, she voiced her concerns that she thinks Henkin doesn't trust her. In reality, he is just awkward around her because he likes her. Meanwhile, Quattro meets Blex. He gets the girls new fake identifications. Quattro mentions that the Royal Guard were selected from the best of mobile suit pilots. They are also informed that Emma is heading to the Radish. The AEUG's military is slowly expanding as planned. Shelley wants to train in the simulators with Jared, but he wants to study battle data. Shelley believes in relying on muscle memory. Jared even notes that she is able to act before her eyes and ears can sense any danger. She doesn't try to think about it, as she simply acts in the moment. She gets a call from Basque, who wants to get her opinion on battle strategies. She tells him that she is just a pilot, and that she shouldn't take stock in her opinions on battle tactics. But even Basque can recognize her ability to see the entire battle, even while in the middle of it. Also, I'm pretty sure you don't become a major and stay a pilot. She seems to be afraid of losing her team once again. Basque wants to meet when she gets back to Grips 2. When she gets back, Basque informs Shelley of some data they have on the AEUG. It seems that the AEUG recently got a hold of Mobile Suit Balut systems. She is expecting a surprise attack from outside of Earth orbit. Shelley suggests that they leak information regarding a time and date in which the Titans plan on moving Jamatov Hyman. They could use this to see if they have a leak and get a surprise attack on them. Shelley wants to go down to Jaburo with her Maraside team to lure them out. And while they are distracted on Earth, their fleet will be unguarded. He also gives her 3 Marasides to act as sacrificial lambs. Basque allows it as she can lure the enemy away and prevent EFF deaths. He is being tight-lipped, but he allows Shelley to be privy to the information. She has to promise that it doesn't leave the room, however. Down on Earth, Rekoa is trying to use a fake ID to get onto Jaburo as a journalist. Outside of Grips, Jared and Shelley are practicing. The Marasides now have an added handheld shield. Jared was able to shoot down Shelley's unit during training. That is the first time he's ever done that. Later, the two have dinner. He mentions that he's growing fast with Shelley's training. When he was working with Layla, she was more conceptual, but with Shelley, she is more hands-on. Ultimately, Shelley and Layla were similar in their goal, albeit with a different approach. Another thing to note here is, unlike the anime, Jared is growing, just like Camille. He was also a new pilot when we first met him, and he is also driven to be a better pilot ultimately. With a little fascism sprinkled in, the anime shows that vaguely with Jared and Layla's relationship, but it was short-lived. It is always good to show your characters grow, even your bad guys. Rekoa makes her way onto Jaburo and heads to a press conference. The room is almost empty as there is only one other member of the press there. She tries to ask where the new headquarters will be located, but they refuse to release this information at this time. After the press conference, the only other journalist there approaches Rekoa. He says that she must be new here, and he wonders if she is AEUG. This happens to be Kai Shiden. He says that a real journalist doesn't carry themselves the way she does. He is there on behalf of Kuraba. The mention of Kuraba makes Rekoa a little jumpy. She isn't really nailing the whole undercover act, and Kai could sense it. Kai says, "Okay, buddy, I'm here if you need anything." Emma talks to Fa before heading to the Radish. Before she leaves, she heard that Fa might stay on Levian Rose after her and Camille haven't been getting along. Emma believes that even though Camille might not see it, he needs Fa to be there for him. Fa is the only person Camille can be himself around. This conversation inspires Fa to stay on board the Argama. Bright is glad that he had Emma talk to her. Everyone at Levian Rose engages in a mock battle. It will be the Radish team versus the Argama team. Camille yells out asking Quattro if one of the ladies he brought back used to be the girl he boned back in Char's deleted affair. Sumeri tells him to tone down the autism a little bit. "I like the energy, Camille, but you are at an 11 and I need you to bring it down to an 8. Camille is not the only one. On the Radish team is Ensign Gale, who is taken aback by all the ladies he gets to work with. He teases them by suggesting they get a handicap. On the battlefield, all the men are getting a little sloppy while the women dominate. Emma in the Mark II goes after Char in the Zero Shiki. Quattro can easily take out Emma in this moment, but he chooses not to, as he doesn't want the leader to go down before her men. Emma realizes too that he is hesitating. Camille is surrounded by the two Radishes, but the 3 girls back up Camille and take out the Nemos. The Radish team lost the first bout. Bright, Henkin, and Blex watch the mock battle. Bright is happy that he has 3 new ace pilots, while Henkin is frustrated with his rookie crew. Bright tells him that Lieutenant Emma will handle it. Emma tells her team that they need to shape up or they will end up dead on the battlefield. Until their next mission, they will be running training simulations non-stop to get them into shape. Earlier, Emma promised Camille that she would teach him beam saber techniques, but now that she is a commander, she has to break that promise. Back in Jaburo, Rekoa gets info from a Fetty who is about to be discharged. He tells her some secrets. Afterwards, she looks somewhere where she could get a message out to Bright. While searching, she stumbles onto Kai, who tells her that he is the one that delivers encrypted messages between Midai and Bright, and he could get a message out of Jaburo. They decide to work together. Meanwhile, Bright receives an encrypted message from Rekoa regarding the secret intel. Of course, it is the leaked information regarding Jamatov's departure from Jaburo. This is Titan's bait. They also get video of Basque's flagship sending down mobile suits using Balut systems. Blex and Bright believe they are going to help escort Jamatov. However, why send mobile suits down to Earth using a Balut system outside of a drop mission or anything regarding Black Ops? This is just an escort mission. Quattro thinks that it is because the Titans want to show them who they are sending down. Something seems off, and Quattro knows it. And that will do it for this episode. Adding in elements of lost Zeon souls without remnant groups to cling onto is an excellent addition to the AEUG crew. You would think that there would be more Zeon remnants turned AEUG members. Also, the Radish not being an afterthought and actually having a fleshed out crew is great. It's definitely going to make it all the more tragic when they die at the end though. Next time, we will see the Battle of Jaburo take place. Jared will meet waifu number 3, Moar, and Camille saves Rekoa and Kai. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to eat your radishes. Peace.